Hello and welcome to Java with Jim. I'm Jim Reese, Director of Business Development at Offit Kurman, joined here today with Caleb Jackson, founder at Lion Development. Caleb, how are you today?
Hey Jim, how you doing? And thank you so much for having me on today.
Hey, listen, great to have you. So let's jump into this, Caleb. Tell us about Lion Development. What do you do there, and what makes you different from companies that are in the same vertical? And what's in the name Lion too? Include that in your answer if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So, kind of growing up, I've always had an affinity for lions and tigers and things of that nature. And if you look at the lion specifically, although they are the apex predator in their environment, they are pack animals. They operate through collaborations. They do not operate in solitude. And that's a huge part of lion development. Everything that I do is with great partners. It's part of our operating model, not only to have great partners on the ground in what we do, but then also we have a consortium of people that also back us on the back end. And we're always operating for the pack of our supporters. So, I have on our hospitality initiative, Tiger Hospitality Group. And so if you look at a tiger, they're singular, they're by themselves. They spend a lot of their lives, completely in solitude, yet they still dominate where they are. But with Lion Development, we take a pack approach. So we are a private equity company focused on real estate. We actually, for the name Lion Development, we actually don't do a lot of ground up development. Primarily, right now, we're focused on our portfolio around Johns Hopkins University. And now we are expanding beyond Johns Hopkins. So we're currently focused on scaling to 250 beds around JHU. And now we're looking to actually buy value add multifamily north of 150 units. And one thing that people may not necessarily know about our business is that we're actually creating a platform to become an LP, and allocate a lot more as an LP into other people's deals. We want to partner with other general partners between Virginia and Philadelphia. And we also want to be allocating as limited partners through our investor network into other people's opportunities and just being a strategic partner and just grow as much as possible as a pack.
What a fabulous answer. Thank you so much for sharing all that.
Thank you.
And love the story about Lion. That's great. Thank you for sharing that as well.
Absolutely.
When it comes to Lion development, what are you most proud of?
I'm really proud of the headway that we've managed to make over the past year and a half. Primarily, when I started in the real estate industry, I started on the residential sales angle, and I wasn't sure on how we would really break into the commercial real estate angle of things. And so between 2021 and 2022, we were able to put over 100 beds under management in the Johns Hopkins University market. And then we were also able to get institutional backing behind us that's now allowed us to really fulfill our dreams moving forward in terms of getting into opportunities of size and scale. And so very happy about the momentum that we've been able to create and the glass barriers that we've been able to kind of break through in terms of our own limitations, and just looking forward to seeing how we can really work together with others and scale moving forward.
Great momentum for sure, which is a great lead into the next question, which is what do the next 6 months look like for you in Lion development?
Yeah, so we are trying to expand now into becoming a multi-regional or a regional company versus just locally here in Johns Hopkins University. So over the next 6 months, we're looking to have our first 150 plus unit building under contract between DC and Virginia specifically. And we also want to allocate $10 million as limited partners into other people's deals over the next 6 months. So that's just as much of a priority as being a GP on our own value added projects.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, can I ask you the growth that you just described, will they be within the university housing sector, or are there other sectors you're looking at?
Yeah, so we don't want to be a student housing player nationally, because if you look at student housing, they actually have a massive demographic cliff. Student enrollment is actually trending downwards nationally. One of the beautiful things about Baltimore City is that we have a top 10 university in both the country and the world, which is Johns Hopkins University. And on top of another thing that makes Johns Hopkins very attractive is that it's a highly residential area. So there's actually a barrier to entry for large scale allocators to come into the market, because there's not a lot of institutional assets that trade hands. And if you want to allocate, you are probably going to have to do 30 transactions of buying up all those properties around JHU. So that's why we're focused on Johns Hopkins University. We think there's a little bit of a moat there that allows us to compete. And we don't want to try our luck now trying to be an NYU or a DC under that same model. So value add multifamily is where we really want to focus on. And then we want exposure to the other sectors of real estate, but that's why we're taking the LP route. So we want to invest in specialists that focus on those other asset classes and get exposure on the LP side. And then when people are investing in our projects, we're sticking within our circle of competence, which is multifamily and deep, steep value add multifamily projects.
Makes perfect sense. Thanks for sharing that. All right, so the $1 million question, Caleb, and that is, what do most people watching this not know about you?
I think one of the things people may not know about me is that I lived overseas, and we're utilizing that edge from living overseas by actually doing our first international project in Jamaica. So we actually have land tied up over there. And we're also in deep negotiations on an active hotel purchase that's adjoining our site. So that is the outlier project that we're working on, that's very opportunistic. But I think other than that, very involved in nonprofit life. I think that yes, we want to succeed in business and be the best that we can be, and we also just want to add as much value to the world as possible. So my way of doing that is sitting on the board of Volunteers of America, which is just a tremendous organization with over 40 human services. And we're actually one of the larger affordable housing players in the country. And so we really want to use my tenure to try to get off of the nipple of the government, per se, because we're 90% government funded, and really drive that through affordable housing deals. So we're open for business and just looking to connect with anybody who may be of need of Volunteers of America services.
Love it. Love it. Thank you for your service.
No,
Caleb, this has been great. Thanks for joining me today. So appreciate it. Great to see you. I'm sure I'll be running into you soon.
I'll see you
But
at the
for now, thanks for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.